raised on social media. I want to bring in Jake Tapper. Jake, quite a twist in this story right now with Trump appearing with a panel of women who've accused Bill and Hillary Clinton of misdeeds.
Specifically, three women accusing Bill Clinton of misdeeds, and one woman, and Hillary Clinton was her child rapist's court-appointed defense attorney. So not quite the same thing. She was doing what our court system requires. But yes, I imagine Mr. Trump will be trying to make a big deal out of this, if not during the debate, then after the debate. Of course, let's step back and look at the bigger picture here. Donald Trump, even before this tape from Access Hollywood came out on Friday, was not doing well. Internal polls that parties and campaigns had showed that he was cratering with groups that he needs to do better with, independents, white women with college education, and he was not in a good place. Hillary Clinton already had something of a lead on him. That lead continues to grow in many of the battleground states, according to polls that we've seen. Then came this tape on Friday. The question for Donald Trump is not really who is he appearing with in these pre-debate events in order to maybe get inside Hillary Clinton's head, rattle her a little bit or whatever. The question is, how is he going to get the momentum back? He did have momentum about a couple weeks ago. He did have momentum before that first debate. So how is he going to be able to do that? Is he going to be contrite about what happened Friday? From this appearance that we just saw, it doesn't appear that contrition is foremost on his mind. Wolf?
It certainly does not. Dana Bash is here as well. Dana, I don't know how this latest development, the shocking development, he invites these women who have accused Bill Clinton of sexual misdeeds. He invites them here to sit in this auditorium, has a little photo op with them before. I don't know how that's going to play with his apology that's supposed to be coming forward.
Well, he's going to try to do both. He's going to try to show the Republicans that he is contrite. By all accounts, he's going to at least, I don't know if he's going to say the words, "I'm sorry," but he's going to try to get there. But at the same time, show that he's fighting back. Let's be clear on what this just was. This was a political stunt, kind of the nth degree. And it is vintage Donald Trump in that he is a master of the media. He understands the media, and he understands moments and how to make moments. That's what this is about. He wanted us to be talking, and everybody to be talking about these women and about Bill Clinton, and not about him and what he has said about women and about that tape that has really consumed everything and set off a bomb in the world. So that's the question is whether or not this is going to be successful, not just with us, most importantly, with trying to rattle Hillary Clinton on that debate stage. And
we'll see if that works, that strategy. I want to go to CNN's Sarah Murray. She's been covering the Trump campaign for us. What are you hearing about this latest bombshell development?
Wolf, advisors are telling me Dana is absolutely right. This is what Donald Trump does when he's under attack. Not only does he hit back, but he tries to change the conversation. And tonight, by pulling this stunt, that means that we are talking about Bill Clinton. We are talking about his past accusers. We're talking about Hillary Clinton's role in all of that, rather than talking about the tape that just came out where Donald Trump was using sexually aggressive language. Of course, it is very risky if he tries to do this on the debate stage. It could potentially backfire on him. I spoke to one advisor who says that going into this debate, Hillary Clinton does have the upper hand, but the person describes it like this: there is nothing more dangerous than a cornered animal that has nothing to lose, and right now, that's Trump. Back to you, Wolf.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Jeff Zeleny, I understand you're getting a statement from the Clinton campaign, the reaction. What are you learning?
We are indeed, Wolf. This statement comes from Jennifer Palmieri, the communications director of the Clinton campaign, who I was standing with when she learned this news, and she released this statement just a moment ago. It says this: "We're not surprised to see Donald Trump continue his destructive race to the bottom. Hillary Clinton understands the opportunity in this town hall is to talk to voters on stage and in the audience about the issues that matter to them, and this stunt doesn't change that. If Donald Trump doesn't see that, that's his loss. As always, she's prepared to handle whatever Donald Trump throws her way," the statement says from Jennifer Palmieri, the campaign communications director. Wolf, I'm also told that Hillary Clinton has been, of course, advised of the fact that these women will be in the audience. I asked a top advisor if she would be rattled by this. The advisor says not at all. Wolf?
Stunning development indeed. Jake, back to you.
Thanks, Wolf. Appreciate it. I'm here with my panel. Let's talk about this. But before we do, I want to, CNN just recently hired Andrew Kaczynski and his K-File team, which has been really fantastic at finding all sorts of interesting and relevant information from the history of Donald Trump, the history of Hillary Clinton. They're the ones who found that super predator tape. They're the one of Hillary Clinton using the term. They're the ones that found Donald Trump on Howard Stern saying that he did support the war in Iraq in 2002. Do we have the tape available of the K-File? I was told. Okay, we do have this. This is Donald Trump with our own Wolf Blitzer in 1999, talking about some of the trials and tribulations that Hillary Clinton has been through. Let's watch.
I think she's gone through terrible times. I think she's been through more than any woman should have to bear. Everything public. I mean, women go through this on a private basis and can't take it. She's on the front page of every newspaper every week with what went on in Washington. I think she's a wonderful woman.
I mean, and I believe that in the context of the interview, I think she's gone through terrible times. I think she's been through more than any woman should have to bear. Everything public was a reference to some of these accusations against Bill Clinton, presumably the Monica Lewinsky scandal at all. As well, I assume that Hillary Clinton, being somebody who likes to dive into Oppo, likes to know about an opponent, might know about this and might say something about this, Jeffrey. Might say, well, I recognize that this is your position now, but in 1999, when it came to my personal life, you expressed sympathy for me.
I believe that where we are tonight was ignited when she, earlier in this campaign, called Donald Trump a sexist and went after him. She's since been after him, I mean, everything from the basket of deplorables with his supporters, that his supporters are sexist, racist, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Finally, you know, after all of that mud, enough is enough. And he is the guy who says he hits back. He, you know, Jeffrey, you're going to take a swing at him, and that's what she did. And
Come on.
Van?
Wait, first of all, you're saying that it started when she talked about his sexism. He actually did things that were sexist. You left that part out. He actually talked about a woman's menstrual cycle. He had called women pigs. So you always skip the part where your guy does something wrong, and then you start with someone's reaction.
Am I skipping it, or were you skipping it? Because those four women are telling their story, and they're not skipping a thing.
Let me tell you something about that.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a very quick break. Coming up, we'll have more on what to expect this evening after Donald Trump's surprise appearance with these women who have accused Bill Clinton of various assault and in one case rape, as well as somebody whose child rapist Hillary Clinton defended as a court-appointed attorney.
Leaks has posted thousands of emails hacked from Hillary Clinton's campaign chairman, and they could offer a new perspective on her relationship with Wall Street. The emails from John Podesta include bits of speeches Clinton apparently gave to big financial firms just after she left the State Department. Now, those speeches coming behind closed doors. Her campaign is not confirming the email's authenticity, but they're not denying it either. Let's talk with CNN senior political correspondent Brianna Keeler, and also at the presidential debate site in St. Louis, CNN politics executive editor Mark Preston. Glad to see both of you today. Brianna, at the heart of what might be some of the most difficult language here for her to overcome, is it on the trade issue?
The trade issue is really tough, I will tell you that. So her stance on trade is an issue. She's talking about there should be basically open borders, and that she's a trade supporter. Now, that's something that I think a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters had suspected and had known. She has a background of supporting NAFTA, of supporting the Trans-Pacific Partnership, even though she totally flip-flopped on that and now is against it as a candidate. But there's also, I mean, just some of the subject lines of these emails. Clinton admits she is out of touch. So she's talking to, at a speech about how, you know, she basically grew up humbly, but then because of the economic fortunes that she and her husband have, that she is kind of far removed from it. That is actually a quote. And then she also talks about needing a private and public position on policy. She talks about holding Wall Street accountable only for political reasons. And what's pretty interesting about this and the campaign's response to this is they really want people focusing right now on Donald Trump and this leaked audio. So you have John Podesta, because these are from his inbox, tweeting out saying that I don't have time to figure out which docs are real and which are faked. I mean, believe me, Christy, On this campaign, they have read through, have read through or are going through every one of these emails. They're not leaving anything to chance. So they're sort of trying to, in a way, cynically undermine the veracity of the emails. But if something were fake, they would certainly say it and push back.
Yeah, I want to get back to one of the speeches that you mentioned. It was in 2013. She was talking about politics and said, but if everybody's watching, you know, all of the backroom discussions and the deals, you know, then people get a little nervous, to say the least. So you need both a public and a private position in politics. Mark, this could be tough for her because her trustworthiness is what's in question. And if people see her as somebody who has one persona publicly and one privately, can she get away from that? And can she get away from it tomorrow at the debate?
Well, I got to tell you what, Christy, if this Donald Trump bombshell didn't hit last night, this would be very devastating for Hillary Clinton. The fact of the matter is, to your point, the American public doesn't look at Hillary Clinton with trustworthy eyes. They don't think that she's always telling the truth. And at this point, though, with so much noise and chatter around what Donald Trump said last night, she may get a pass on this because people are so disgusted with what he had to say. What else is interesting, too, about WikiLeaks is that they said they have 50,000 more emails. They only released a smidgen. There was about 2,000 emails that they released last night. And let's assume that these emails are valid, that they're true. And as Brianna said, they haven't disavowed them at this point. We don't know what else could come out of there.